a business owner.
Okay, pull that mic a little closer and you're recognized. Yes,
Okay.
better, thank you.
Well, I want to say a couple things about this vaccine. This is a list of how long it took for hepatitis, polio, measles, Hep B, Hep A, HIV, and all of them. The least amount of time a vaccine needed, this is from the CDC website or whatever, the least amount of years it took for it to be safe for me and my babies to take, out of all these vaccines, the least was 12 years. 12 years to make sure it doesn't hurt my babies. 6 months for COVID-19, and now you're telling me I'm going to be forced to take an experimental drug. This is not a regular vaccine. This is a different kind of vaccine. It's never been used before in the history of man, and you are forcing us, and you're fixing to force my babies to take a vaccine. Y'all better have it on your consciences what you're going to do to the human race in America. It is not right. And then to flippantly not recognize my immunities, my God-given immunities are much stronger than any of these vaccines. And you are just so easily saying, well, take the vaccine. Well, if you have the vaccine, why are you afraid of me not taking the vaccine? If it works for you, why do I have to get forced to get it? That is the basic logical thing I'm talking to you about. I'm not wanting you not to get it. If you want to risk your life and your future immunities with this vaccine, this is America. You should be able to do that. But you should not be able to force me with an experimental drug. This is an atrocity, and it will be on all y'all's consciences for not standing up to this vaccine. I'm not against vaccines at all. I think they protect us from a lot of bad things. But this vaccine, you don't even know what's going to happen to my babies in the future, my baby's ovaries, my baby's anything. You don't know. And for her to tell you that nobody's really had adverse effects to this vaccine is a lie. People are dying from the vaccine. They're getting blood clots. My son might have to take the vaccine to keep his job, and he probably will because he wants his job. Bullied into this, he could get endocarditis for the rest of his life. It's 6% higher chance for a boy, especially a boy 19 to 35, to get endocarditis. Now y'all can look at all these little things on the internet and try to figure out which is true, but I'm looking at reality and people dying or getting adverse effects to this unneeded vaccine for young people. They don't die from this COVID. The other big, huge atrocity is y'all in the government have scared to death doctors to give us pre-treatment. When you get COVID, you should go demand ivermectin or hydroxychloroquine, FDA-approved drugs for 50 years. They haven't killed people like this vaccine has. And we survive COVID 99% of the time with no treatment. The little bit that, well, I don't say little bit, 200 or 500,000 people that have died of COVID is an atrocity, but it's because you did not treat them early. And that is the atrocity. And y'all have responsibilities. We voted for you to fight and protect us. This is not protecting us. And now they're just making us take our eyes off the mark, which is this vaccine is not the answer. Herd immunity, all viruses leave, a new strand will always come. My body has immunity now. I had COVID. When I get the next strand, my body's going to be stronger for it. This is historically scientific stuff. And I'm not a scientist, but I know that. And what I want y'all to do is consciously know what you're doing today. And this bill is just one of them. But you need to stand up and fight this administration for bullying us into stuff that they know is not good for us. And I tell you, in 10 years, you might be very sorry you got the vaccine or forced it on other people. And I really want you to understand that it is criminal to not treat people early with COVID and then complaining that people are filling up the hospitals. At the very beginning, I was saying, why aren't you treating people? And my doctor was scared to death to get me. He gave me a 15-minute spiel of what it can do to me. And then when you get cholesterol medicine, it's a horrible medicine for your body. They didn't tell you 15 minutes of the side effects. It was absurd. He was scared to death to give me hydroxychloroquine, a known safe drug. And it keeps millions of people out of the hospital and probably from death. I feel like they should be lawsuits about that for negligence in our medical community. But it goes straight to our government from not letting our doctors do their jobs, scaring them. I mean, when you get the regular flu, you go away with a Z-Pack at least. My brother's 65, got COVID, a vet, had the vaccine, sounded horrible. You know what they said? Go home and take Zinc. Oh my gosh. Y'all need to do something. It's in y'all's hands for sure right now.
Your doctor, I'm just curious, why was he afraid to give you
Because
that
y'all
message?
said it could be an adverse affect me and come back on him. You scared physicians. You scared them. The mandates and doctors, they don't offer it up to you. They want you to get this experimental vaccine that doesn't work because a lot of people I know that's gotten the vaccine, 2 shots, still get COVID. And you can easily say, oh, they get less symptoms. Some people I know that have never been vaccinated get less symptoms. So even that is a miscommunication and a disinformation of the vaccine and how beautifully powerful the 6-month approval is of the vaccine that has no right to be injected in my babies at all. It's completely an atrocity what's happening in the United States of America. I have to go to other countries to find out more truth than I get from my own government. It's an atrocity.
All right, seeing no questions, thank you for your
No,
comments.
I'm glad.